The weather is really cooling down outside, so it's the perfect time to start soup season with one of the best and easiest soups out there, butternut squash soup. In this particular soup, we're going to roast the butternut squash individually, then we're going to assemble this all on a stove, we're going to blend it with the immersion blender, and then we're going to dress it up with some other things and some bacon. And bacon makes everything better. For the full ingredient list, check the description box below, but enough talking, let's get cooking. The first step to getting this going is prepping the butternut squash. So we're going to cut the top and the bottom off. And I like to split these really thick woody squashes just by popping the knife right through the middle, using one hand to secure the squash and the other hand cleavering it all the way down. It's just the easiest way that you can get the best leverage. It's really hard to cut these things, and if your knife's going all over the place, you can cut yourself. So now that it's split in half, we'll take a spoon and we'll scoop out the seeds. And those just scoop out pretty easily, and we'll just use the spoon and scrape out any of the leftover seeds and stuff. We'll do the same thing for the other half. And now this is when I like to peel it. So I'll take the squash, I'll press it up against my apron, and I'll peel away from me, removing all the skin until we get to the nice butternut squash like orangey color. So once we get both sides peeled, we're going to cut these into chunks, and we want the chunks to be pretty large because we're looking for some caramelization on the outside, but we want the inside to get pretty nice and tender, so not too small, not too big. With all of our vegetables that we're going to prep, we're just going to put a rough chop on everything because this is going to go in the soup, and we're going to use the immersion blender to blend everything together. So we just want to get the blender a little bit of a start just by cutting everything really small. So in there's going to go an onion, some garlic, some celery, and we're also going to throw some carrots in there. The carrots are going to add a really nice flavor along with really brightening up the orange color of the soup. And we're just going to cut these into little pieces the same way that we did all of our other vegetables. They don't have to get super duper fine. And as we're prepping everything, we're putting it in containers so we can transfer it over to the stove. And this wouldn't be a Chef Ange episode without a nice pile of garlic. But we don't have to chop this garlic. We just need to crush the cloves to help release some of that garlic juice. We're also going to flavor this soup with some fresh herbs. Here I have some thyme and some sage that I'm just tying together with some butcher twine, and that's going to go inside the soup too. And the last thing we're going to prepare here is an apple. We just went apple picking, so this is one of the apples that I got. And we'll use our paring knife just to get the stem and the core out. And then just like the other vegetables, we're just going to put a really easy rough chop on this apple to go inside the soup. Now let's season our butternut squash. So we're going to come over the top with some olive oil. And then here's some of my base seasoning. This is a blend of garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and pepper. If you're one of my subscribers and regular followers, you already have this in your kitchen. If not, you totally should because it's going to save you a lot of time. And then we're going to put a little oil on the top to help soften up the dry spices. And then we're just going to give this a mix until this is very nicely and evenly coated with the oil and the base seasoning. Then we're going to throw this on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper and aluminum foil. This is going to help for easy cleanup. It's also going to help transfer into the soup. We'll show that a little later. These are going to go in a 375-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes until they take on a nice golden brown color. Now that we've got our vegetable prepped and our butternut squashes in the oven, let's head over to the stove and we'll start to assemble our soup. The first thing we're going to do here is get the bacon going. So we're going to put a couple slices of bacon on the bottom of this pot, and then I'm going to turn the heat up. Bacon doesn't need any oil to get started. Once it heats up, it's going to render the fat that it's going to cook in. And we're just trying to get this bacon crispy on both sides. So once we get enough cook on one side, we're going to flip that over. And once these are fully cooked, we're just going to remove them and place them aside. And you can see the bacon, as it crisped up, left some fond on the bottom of that pan. That is unbelievable flavor that we are going to reclaim right now. So in goes some oil, and in go our onions. And we're just trying to soften these onions up a little bit. And as I do that, I'm scraping the bottom of the pan, and it's going to help us start reclaim some of that flavor from the bacon. In go the shallots. We're going to give those a mix until they're all nice and sweated out. And now we're going to throw in our celery. our carrots, the apples, and there's a garlic. And now we're going to give this a mix and saute these vegetables until they all start to soften up and all their flavors start to play together nicely. If the pan looks dry at any time, we're just going to throw in a little bit of oil to keep the cooking process going. Now we can start to put in some seasoning. So in is some of the cinnamon, some powdered ginger. I would have used some fresh stuff, but I didn't have any, so this stuff will have to do. And some pepper and some salt. And we're going to go fresh ground here because fresh ground is always better than the pre-ground stuff if you can use it. And a couple pinches of salt. We're also going to put in a little bit of nutmeg, so we're going to use the microplane and grate that in there. And I like to put the spices in now because they're going to toast a little bit before we add our liquids, and then no chance are they going to be able to toast. So here we're going to splash in some apple cider vinegar for some acidity, and the base of this soup is going to be chicken stock. If you wanted to keep it veggie, you could totally use a veggie stock. And now we're going to give this a little bit of a mix. And right before we cover it, we're going to throw that herb bundle in there. We're going to push it in so it's taking a bath. And now we're going to cover and simmer for about 20 minutes. So now you can see that our butternut squash has taken on this beautiful brown color. And remember, we roasted the squash before, so it's going to add another layer of flavor into the soup. And you can see the brown color on both sides, especially on the bottom where it was contacting the pan. We're going to unload this a little bit, but then once it's light enough, we're just going to take that parchment paper, pick that up, and dump all the butternut squash in there. We're going to give that a mix and let that soften up just a little bit more in case some of those weren't cooked all the way through. We're also going to add some flavor enhancers. Here's some chicken bouillon paste, and this is some of that homemade maple syrup for my friends in Minnesota. Shout out to the bakers. Maple syrup adds a really nice sweetness and also a complementary flavor to the spices and the butternut squash. So once everything's softened up, we're going to use an immersion blender to blend this all together. There's something in there that I forgot about. I forgot to take the herb bundle out, but that's okay. We could just pull that out right now. Definitely want to do that before you blend it. And if you don't have an immersion blender, you can just ladle this into the blender and then put it back into the pot. But the immersion blender just makes this so much easier. And now we're going to keep blending until we see that there are no chunks in here. And we got this nice silky smooth texture. And if there are any chunks, we'll just go in with the immersion blender and pick up any of those last chunks. Now let's add some creaminess to the soup. I like a full-fat coconut milk that we're going to put in there. And you can always use heavy cream, but I think the coconut milk adds a nice flavor that really blends well with the apples, the cinnamon, and just really, really nice flavor. So now we're going to taste. This needs a little bit of salt. So we're going to add a couple pinches of salt and give this a final mix before we plate. So now let's chop up some of that bacon that's cooled down. And a couple ladles of soup in this bowl. And now we're going to add some Greek yogurt. Here you can use sour cream too. I just like the 0% Greek yogurt. Some pumpkin seeds. And we're going to throw on top of that bacon. And you can see the ingredients are sitting on the top. If you're throwing them in and they're falling to the bottom, the soup's too watery, so you probably just added too much liquid. And some chives to finish for a pop of color. And how amazing does this soup look?
This smells so good. It smells like fall is here. You know, first thing I'm going to do is give this a nice little mix to get everything all inside the soup. And you can see that we got like a really, really good, like thick consistency of the soup. This is going to have a really, really nice silky mouthfeel. That is just so good. I can taste a lot of the spices. The herbs are coming through. This is absolutely Unbelievable soup. The bacon is a really, really nice touch. If you wanted to make this vegetarian or vegan, just swap out the chicken stock for some veggie stock and leave out the bacon. Just don't put the Greek yogurt in there, put more coconut cream, and you got yourself a vegan recipe. But this is so unbelievably delicious. Even if you made those changes, it would still be really, really good. Well, I'm gonna finish my soup. This is absolutely delicious. You go check out my chicken soup recipe or my minestrone soup recipe if you're into soups, and I'll see you there. Thanks.